wake at 4 in the morning. The room is black. You reach for the coat hanging on the nail by the bed. The wool is stiff with dried salt and yesterday's spray. You pull it on. 3 buttons left. The 4th one fell off last week, somewhere between the market and your corner. You didn't look for it. Your fingers find the matches on the crates beside the bed. You struck one. The flame makes the walls jump, peeling paint. Water stains shaped like maps of countries you'll never see. You light the stubs of candles. It's almost gone. You'll need to buy another one soon. You push open the door. The cold hits your chest like a hand. The 3-wheeled cart waits in the alley. Its metal frame glazed with frost. You run your palm over the handlebar. Ice melts under your skin. The front wheel squeaks when you push. It's been squeaking for months. You keep meaning to grease it. The streets are empty. Your breath comes out white. You watch it dissolve into the dark air. Your boots make the only sound, a dull rhythm on the cobblestones. Left, right. Left, right. The cartwheel adds its complaint. Squeak. Squeak. You reach Les Halles at 5:30. The market is already howling with light and noise. Gas lamps hang from iron beams. Men shout prices. Crates crashed onto stone. The air smells like fish and wet wood and the Seine. You find your supplier near the back, the man from Concali with the gray beard and the missing thumb. He knows you. He nods. How many today? 2 crates, you say. Maybe 3 if they're small. He pulls back the wet burlap. You lean in. The oysters are piled like stones from a cold beach. You pick one up. Heavy. You smell its salt and minerals. Clean. You press the shell closed. It resists slightly. Still alive. You check another, then another, looking for cracks, for gaps, for the faint stink of death. These from yesterday's tide, this morning's. You believe him. You've known him 6 years. 2 crates, you say. He loads them while you count coins from the leather pouches in your pockets. The pouch is your father's. The leather is cracked now. Soft as skin, you count twice because your fingers are numb. 48 francs. He takes the coins. His hand is warmer than yours. You tie the crates to the cart with rope. The burlap is soaked through. Water drips onto your knees as you knot it. Your hands are wet. They'll stay wet all day. You push the cart back into the street. By 7, you've reached your corner. It's the same corner you've used for 3 winters now, across from the cafe with the green awnings. Near the bookbinder's shop. The cafe owner doesn't mind you. Sometimes he even sends customers over. You spread the oilcloth on the pavement. The cloth is patched in for places. You can see the history of its tears, a wagon wheel, a dog, your own knife slipping. You open the first crate. The oysters are nested in seaweed, still damp from the Atlantic. You lift them out one by one, wiping mud from the shells with a rag. Some are small, no bigger than your palm. Others are thick and heavy, their shells rippled like old barks. You arrange them by size. The big ones you priced at 3 francs. The small ones, 2. The middle ones, 2.5. You set out your tools, the shucking knife with the bounded handle, a piece of leather to grip the shells. Half a lemon you bought yesterday. The lemon is shriveling, but it still smells sharp. You sit on your stool, a 3-legged thing you found behind a restaurant 5 years ago. One leg is shorter than the others. You've gotten used to the wobble. You wait. At 8, people begin to pass. A woman in a gray dress. A man with a briefcase. 2 boys running. None of them look at you. You call out, "Oysters." Fresh oysters from Concali. Your voice sounds hoarse. You haven't spoken since yesterday. Oysters, straight from the morning tide. The woman glances over. Keeps walking. You try again. Best price in Paris. 2 francs for 6. A lie. You're charging 2 francs each. But sometimes the lie makes them stop. The man with the briefcase stops. He looks at your display. He looks at you. How fresh. Arrived this morning. Harvested yesterday at dawn. They smell all right. You pick one up. Hold it near his face. Smell for yourself. Monsieur. He leans in. Nods. How much for a dozen? 30 francs. That's steep. They are Concales. Monsieur. The best there is. He considers. You watch his face. You can tell he wants them. Men like him always want things they don't need. 25, he says. You shake your head. I paid more than that myself. Another lie, but he doesn't know. 28, he offers. You pause, you make it look like you're thinking. All right. 28, he pays, you count the coins. You set them in your pouch. You pick up your knife. You take the first oyster in your left hand, wrapped in the leather pads. The shell is cold and rough. You find the hinge at the narrow end. You work the knife tip in, not forcing, just feeling for the gap. The blade slides between the shells. You twist. The shell pops. You hear that little gasp of released pressure. You run the knife along the inside of the top shell, cutting the muscles. You lift the top shell away. Inside, the oyster sits in its own liquor gray and plump, fringed with black. You cut it free from the bottom shell. You did this 11 more times. The man watches. Some customers like to watch. You hand him the shells on a piece of newspaper. He takes the lemon half, squeezes it over the oysters. The juice runs into the liquor. He tilts the first shell to his mouth. You see his throat move as he swallows. He closes his eyes. Good? You ask? Very good. He finishes all 12 standing there. He wipes his mouth with a handkerchief. He nods at you. He walks away. You sit back down on your stool. By 9, your hands are aching. The knife handle presses into the same spot on your palm over and over. There's a callus there, thick and yellow. Sometimes it cracks and bleeds. Not today though. Today it just hurts. A woman stops. Old, bent, wrapped in a shawl. How much for 2? 4 francs, madam. She makes a face. That's robbery. They are very fresh. Everything's fresh when you're selling it. You smile a little. 2 for 3 francs, then. She squints at you. She counts out 3 francs in small coins, sous, centimes. Her fingers shake. You wait. She watches as you shuck them. You are fast now. 10 seconds per oyster. Pop. Scrape. Cut. Done. She eats them right there, tilting each shell carefully. A drop of liquor falls on her shawl. She doesn't notice. Not bad, she says. She shuffles away. At 10:30, a problem. A police officer walks by. He's young, with a thin mustache. He stops in front of your cart. You have a permit? He asks. You did. You pulled it from your coat pocket. The paper is soft from being folded and unfolded. He looks at it. He looks at you. This is for the 9th arrondissement. Your stomach tightens. I thought this was the 9th, officer. This corner is the 10th. You look down at your oysters. At the oilcloth. At the cart. I didn't realize. You need a permit for the 10th. Yes, officer. He taps the paper against his palm. You wait. Your hands are still wet. You can feel the cold spreading up your wrists. Don't let me catch you here again, he says. He hands back your permit. He walks on. You let out your breath. You look at your oysters. You look at the corner. You've been here 3 winters. You're not moving. You stay. By noon, the sun has burned through the clouds. The light falls across the oysters, making the shells shine. You ate the bread. You brought a quarter of loaf, hard as wood. You gnaw at it slowly, working it with your back teeth. You have no water. You swallow dry. You look at the oysters. They are sitting in their liquor, glistening. You could eat one. Just one. You're hungry. Your stomach feels like a fist. But if you eat one, that's 2 francs gone. 2 francs you need for tomorrow's crates. 2 francs towards next week's rent. You don't eat one. The afternoon is slow. 1 customer at 1 o'clock. 2 at 2:30. A man at 3 who haggles for 10 minutes and then walks away without buying anything. You watched him go. You feel tired. At 4, a couple stops. Young, well-dressed. The woman has a fur collar. The man has a gold watch chain. Are they safe to eat? The woman asks. Completely safe, madam. Fresh this morning. I've heard people get sick. Not from mine, madam. I've been selling for 6 years. Never a sick customer. This is mostly true. There was 1 man 2 winters ago. But you are not sure it was your oysters. We'll take 18. The man says. You shuck them, your hand is steady even though it hurts. You've shucked so many today that the motion is automatic. Pop, scrape, cut, pop, scrape, cut. They eat them standing close together. The man feeds one to the woman. She laughs. A piece of shell glints on the pavement. They pay and leave. At 5, the light starts to fail. The street lamps come on. One by one, the gas flames flicker yellow. The cafe across the street is filling up. You can hear voices. The clinking of glasses. You count your oysters. Still 2 dozen left. You call out again. Louder now. Oysters. Last of the day. 2 for 3 francs. A man in a dirty coat stops. He smells like wine. 2 for 3? He asks. That's right. I'll take 4. 6 francs. He pays in small coins. You count them twice. It takes a while. You shuck his oysters. He eats them fast. Not tasting them. He wipes his mouth with his sleeve. He walks away swaying slightly. By 6, you're down to 1 dozen. You call out to everyone who passes. Most ignore you. A few glanced over and shook their heads. Your voice is getting rough. Your throat hurts. At 6:30, a group of men stops. 4 of them, loud and cheerful. They've been drinking. How much for all of them? One asks, pointing at your remaining oysters. 12 left. 20 for francs. 20. Another shouts. 22. You counter. Done. They pay. You shuck as fast as you can. Your hands are shaking now. From cold and tiredness. Pop, scrape, cut, pop, scrape, cut. They eat them all. Passing shells back and forth. Laughing. One of them tries to toss a shell into the street like a coin. It shatters on the cobblestones. They left, still laughing. You look at your cart. Empty crates. Wet burlap. Scattered seaweed. Broken shells on the ground. All gone. You begin to pack up. You fold the oilcloth carefully, shaking off pieces of shells and mud. You stack the empty crates. You tie everything to the cart with the same rope from this morning. You count the money in your pouch. Slowly, coin by coin. 163 francs. Minus 48 for the oysters. Minus 5 you'll need for tomorrow's crates. Minus 12 for rent. Due in 3 days. 98 francs left. For food. For candles. For the hole in your boot. You close the pouch. You push the cart through the streets. It's lighter now. Empty. The wheel still squeaks. Your shoulders ache. Your hands are raw and smell like brine. The city is loud around you, cafes full of people. Carriages rattling past. Someone singing in a doorway. You push through it all. By 9, you reach your street. The alley is dark. You park the cart against the wall. You'll need to rinse the crates tomorrow before you go to the market. You'll need to do that at 4 in the morning. You open your door. The room is as you left it, the candle burned down to nothing. The bed unmade. The coat hooks waiting. You take off your boots. There's a hole in the sole of the right one. You can see your socks through it. You sit on the edge of the bed. You count the money one more time, just to be sure. 98 francs. You put the pouch under your pillow. You lie down, the mattress is thin. You can feel the wooden slats beneath. You close your eyes. 4 o'clock will come soon. You sleep.